Hi, Miss Hanshaw. I hope your quarantine's been going well and that you haven't been too bored. But this is my Unit 9 test. And so, yeah. All right, for number 1, I put, in order to prove Joseph Cozy guilty, we need an exemplar of his handwriting in order to compare it to the suspected forged document. Once we have the exemplar of his handwriting, we are able to compare the suspected forged document to his exemplar. Joseph Cozy should not be shown the document in question. He should not be given any instructions about punctuation or spelling, and the pen and paper should be similar to the document that is a suspected forgery. If we're not careful and Joseph Cozy sees the document, it could ruin the investigation and end in a false non-guilty ruling. Cozy's age, sobriety, and the type of writing instrument should also be taken into consideration. If Cozy has aged a lot since the forged document was written, he may have changed his writing style without even realizing it and developed shaky hands. And that's it for number 1. For question number 2, I put, the forged signature is fake due to the 3 main analysis points, including letter form, line form, and formatting. Letter form includes the shape of the letters, the curve of the letters, the angle or slant of the letters, the proportional size of the letters, the use and appearance of connecting lines between the letters, and along with the T's and I's, and if they're crossed or dotted. The genuine signature has slanted letters along with proportional letters at the start that get smaller and smaller throughout. The genuine signature is one consistent line and all the letters are crossed and dotted. The forged freehand signature has lines that are slanted but not as much as the genuine signature. The forged signature also has a random dot in the middle of the signature. Line form is the smoothness of letters and the darkness of lines in the upward compared to the downward stroke. Line form is also influenced by the speed of writing and pressure exerted while writing and can be affected by the choice of instrument. In the genuine signature, the second half of the signature has significantly more pressure applied to it, and it seems to flow better with decent speed. The forged signature looks like it was written slow and consistent with very little pressure, as if trying to copy the genuine one. Formatting is the spacing between letters, words, and lines, along with placement of words on a line, and the margins a writer leaves empty on a page. The genuine signature and the forged signature have very similar formatting. The genuine signature has a more oval-like, incomplete A, along with a smaller circular loop on the F. It also has a very wide letter spacing towards the middle of the word. The curl of the D is very sophisticated, and the second half of the signature has more pen pressure than the first half. For the forged signature, the A is very large and circular, also incomplete. The loop on the F is slanted and more oval-like. The spacing between the letters in the middle of the signature is a lot more cramped than the original. The curl on the D is less sophisticated and looks inconfident, and there is even pen pressure throughout, unlike the genuine signature. Can I flip the camera? I don't think I could flip the camera, but... And then, shoot. Okay, for question number 3, I wrote, infrared spectroscopy utilizes infrared radiation in order to excite the molecules of a compound, generating an infrared spectrum of energy. The infrared spectrum of energy is absorbed by a molecule in the form of a function of frequency or the wavelength of light. Let's assume John kills Pam in her car, then drives away in her car with the body in the back. He dumps the body in a river, crashes the car, and that's when police find it and are able to trace the photos Pam took of John during the attack back to John Appleseed. Both people in the case have cloth seats in their cars. John has a Honda, while Pam has a Ford. They find numerous different fibers on Pam's seats that do not have the same infrared spectroscopy numbers and sizes as each other. They then conclude that John's seat fibers attached to his pants and were strewn all over Pam's Ford during the attack. Thanks to infrared spectroscopy, John is now in jail for life without the possibility of parole. That's it for number 3. For number 4, I put, the bill with the gold marking is a real $20 bill, while the bill with the black marking is a fake $20 bill. Let me tell you why. The mark on the fake dollar bill shows up black due to an iodine solution that reacts with the starch in a wood-based paper, creating a black stain. When the pen is used on the real dollar bill, it creates a gold marking, due to the fact that the real dollar bill is based off fiber and not wooden paper, so no discoloration occurs. When analyzing to see if a bill is real or fake, you should look for a security thread, a watermark, color-shifting ink, the Federal Reserve System seal, raised printing color, a portrait, and vignette. These are accompanied by the green 20, the Treasury seal, and security thread. In order to see the security thread, you need to hold the dollar bill to a light source, and then you will see an embedded thread running vertically to the left of the portrait of Andrew Jackson on a $20 bill. In order to visualize the watermark, you need to hold the bill to a light once again and look for the faint image of President Jackson in the blank space to the right. In order to see the color-shifting ink, tilt the paper to see the 20 on the lower right corner from copper to green. It shifts from copper to green. The Federal Reserve seal is a black seal to the left to the portrait of President Jackson. To experience the raised printing, simply run your fingers along the bill wherever there are words. These are used on currency in order to protect the value of U.S. American dollar and prevent cheaters from becoming rich. And that's all I put for number 4. For question number 5, I wrote, I believe the future of currency will convert to all polymer due to the facts from the BBC news source that polymer paper is cleaner, more secure, and longer lasting than fiber-based bills. This issue is being discussed in an attempt to prevent counterfeiters from harming business owners, the economy, and to prevent fraud. According to our BBC News article, more than 20 countries around the world use polymer banknotes. They include Scotland, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. Many countries are already on the move to transitioning to polymer bills, cursing the dreams of all crime organizations and future counterfeiters who wanted to use fake money to fuel their schemes. The money of the future will be more high-tech and extremely hard to fake due to the intense detail involved in polymer bill safety features and all the added things they will come up with. Thank you for listening to my test, and I hope the rest of your quarantine goes well.